This week,
a look back at the Unified Musical Frozen.
a behind the scenes of the Unified Musical Frozen. A feature on security guard Steve Hobb.
All this and more on the MWHS Wildcat News. Welcome back, Wildcats. I'm Delaney Lewick.
And I'm Quinn Burton.
On Thursday, November 2nd through Sunday, November 5th, the MWHS Drama Department partnered with the ACP program with their annual Unified Musical, Frozen. Broadcast Editor-in-Chief Logan Mosley and staff reporter Michaela Potter bring you the story.
Who said that?
You said that!
Wait! Don't move. Just listen. Was that there a minute ago?
We're supposed to be listening. Okay. Let's start this thing over.
In 2013, the blockbuster movie Frozen became a favorite of children across the nation. To this day, it remains one of the most recognized Disney princess films of all time, from the music to the characters and everything in between. In 2018, the movie turned into a hit Broadway musical, and 4 years later, the MWHS Theater Department was given the rights to put on the show, with help from the school's alternative curricular program.
She told me about the United States of Frozen, and she's like, should we apply for it? And I said, if we apply for it, we're going to get it. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, our unified musicals are awesome. And so she was like, all right, I'm going to do it. And she applied for it, and a couple days later, she was like, you'll never believe, we got it. I'm like, oh God, here we go.
Many different prominent characters were featured in the show with a variety of ages, from younger students in the district to former MWHS grads, with the main characters, Elsa and Anna, being played by students directly from MWHS.
She was more of hidden because you can't tell for who she really is because of her magical powers. So she's been hidden for whole life. It kind of relates to me because when I first moved here, I didn't fit in really well, but I just had new friends, so that's how it relates to me. So I put on my own emotions into being Elsa.
With the show running from Thursday, November 2nd through Sunday the 5th, each show proved better than the last. Some portions of the show were interactive with the crowd, as during the popular song Let It Go, the audience would light up the auditorium with LED wands, adding a new type of magic to the performance.
Honestly, it was an amazing opportunity that I got, working with the ACP kids while also doing what I love to do and hopefully do as a career. It was a magical experience, but it was actually very fun, and it was very fun to see their smiles.
You mean that big bouncy? Yep, that's correct. Don't you remember?
I think I'm starting to.
As MWHS was the first and only school in Nebraska to receive the rights from Disney, the entire theater department put their best foot forward to make sure it was an unforgettable experience for both the ACP students and those who attended. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Logan Mosley and Michaela Potter.
Be on the lookout for the newest edition of the Catalyst paper. Our advanced journalism staff has been hard at work and have put in countless hours. Check out the stands around the school for more info. Seniors, have you received any scholarships? If so, turn them into Mrs. Marshall in the counseling office.
From lights and sounds to technical effects and costumes, those working behind the scenes of Frozen made this musical come to life. News director Nate Broker reports.
We don't have to feel it anymore.
Last year, after MWHS Drama Department became the first and only school in America to have rights to Frozen, the Broadway musical, both students and staff let it all go in hopes of turning this 2.5-hour production into an all-inclusive musical with help from both advanced theater and alternative curriculum program students.
We found out we got the rights in August 2022, so over a year ago, right at the beginning of the school year, one of the first few weeks of school. And so from there, I had only 3 days to sign the contract saying we were going to do it. So I had to quickly gather a creative team and get our music department on board immediately that time to plan for a year from now. So it started really fast. And then, of course, we had to figure out how we were going to do the unified class so that we could produce Frozen with our special needs students when they were here with the support staff that they need. We learned the music, we worked on blocking, and then we started adding all of our technical elements, and here we are.
Some would say that the thrill of watching the singing and dancing is speculated to bring people out to the theater, but nobody knows the dedication to get this Frozen frenzy up and running. Between various production changes specifically for the show, not all the credit should be handed to the lead performers, as the stage crew works diligently behind the scenes to produce a well-thought-out musical each time.
So during the show, I was calling the cues, so I would tell the lightboard operator when to turn on the next cue. So if I was off by even like a second, it would drastically change the show, because like when she got hit with ice magic, it would look really weird if she was hit with ice magic before Elsa actually did it or after. So timing was really important.
Between each act change, break, and intermission, buddies were assigned to each of the ACP students. Buddies were there to assist the stars with various costume changes, singing, and rushing beyond the curtain in order to continue the show in an orderly fashion.
We just stuck really close to our buddies. We were always there for them. We changed them first in their costumes so we wouldn't be late to scenes and they would be out first. We also helped them through anything that they had problems with, and we made sure that we were singing and dancing with them at all times and during the whole show, and we made sure to interact with them a lot.
After 3 sold-out productions, the theater department showed through hard work behind the scenes as well as on the stage, love is indeed an open door. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Nate Broker.
Reminder to all, next week there's school only Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday there will be a pep rally during flex time. You have the rest of the week off for Thanksgiving break. Enjoy the extended weekend, Wildcats. Sophomores interested in AP Capstone, make sure to turn in your applications by December 10th.
Security guard Steve Haas struggles with hearing loss but takes it in stride and still tries to make a personal connection with the students around the school. Staff reporters Trey Jokums and Sam Whitaker have more.
Come on in.
Being able to hear is a sense most people around the world have, but for Millard West security guard Stephen Hall, who lost his sense of hearing and is right here, has to adapt to everyday challenges.
Just interactions with people. If they're speaking lowly, I can't hear them, so I try to look at their face to watch their lips to see what they're saying. Areas that are really loud, like during lunch, it's difficult, especially if I'm up at the security desk, to hear what students are saying or adults when they come up and approach me with questions.
Even though social scenarios can be tough for Haw, he's been able to persevere through all possible challenges that he's come across since being diagnosed with a brain tumor in 2016.
Honestly, it was very, because it is so rare, I believe it's like 1 in 11 million people are affected by it. So it was really terrifying at first. When we lived in Maryland, we were going to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore. And so trying to get some information and learn more about it. But then we did find that there were some support groups out there as well that you could kind of join, and to understand that there are other people out there that are afflicted with an acoustic neuroma wasn't comforting, so to speak, but just, oh, okay, there are other people that do. So how did they treat it, or what did they do to kind of learn from there?
Even though the tumor changed his close family's life dramatically, his life has been very successful. Haw had even served time for our country by working as a Secret Service agent under former presidents like both Bush Sr. and Jr., as well as Bill Clinton.
That he and I are both retired federal officers. So him from a different area with the government and me also, but it's just that we have a common bond being retired federal officers.
Through thick and thin, Haw's disability hasn't slowed him down but made him more interactive with the people that are close to him and the people he's keeping safe 5 days a week. This has been Trey Jokums and Sam Whitaker for the MWHS Wildcat News.
That's all for this week, Wildcats. Make sure to check the Catalyst online for more stories like these and visit the radio station for news around the school in the Omaha metro area.
For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Quinn Burton
and Delaney Lewick.
Have a great weekend, Wildcats.